Morning. Woo! Happy Easter, everybody. Wow. I am just sitting here being blown away more by the minute. And it occurred to me, for me anyway, that this is part of what I'm talking about, and what I talk about every Easter is the Christ stepping out into the new life after the resurrection. We have everything that happened in the tomb that brought him into this new life, this new experience, this new expression, this greater expression of who he was. He went into the tomb as Jesus Christ. He came out of the tomb as Christ Jesus. And it just appears to be that today that we are stepping out into a new light as a church. We've done it. We have brought ourselves through these past going on 3 years of trials and tribulations, of changes, of metamorphosis, of learning about ourselves, who we are and how we are, of embracing new, of releasing old. And here we are. And isn't it great? Yes, it's great. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling to know that you're moving into something great, that your future is assured because we got through what we got through. So whatever's coming next is a piece of pie. Today is about resurrection. It's about triumph. It's about celebrating the power of love to bring you through whatever those challenges may be in your life, to bring you through into a new future. Today is about leaving the empty tomb and stepping out into life and into light. It's in all the resurrection stories. The two Marys and Salome went to find Jesus in the tomb, and they found the tomb empty. They saw that he had already left. He had moved on into another way of living. He had moved on to live as Christ Jesus, the full living expression, in the full consciousness of the expression of God that he was, that he is, and that we are. There came a point in the resurrection where he stood up. We have no account of that, but we know that it happened. He stood up in his new life, and he stepped forward out of the tomb into what was waiting. I can only imagine he stepped forward fully alive, alert, awake, and enthusiastic to what Spirit had to come to bring to him. Because he knew he could do whatever it was that was before him. And in doing this, he gave us proof. He gave us proof of his teachings, proof of why we're here today, proof of the faith, proof of the hope, proof of knowing that a new life, an expanded life, is always there waiting for us to step into. In his resurrection experience, Jesus lived the story of us all. In his example, we see displayed our own resurrection experiences. We are all in the process of a resurrection right now. In some way, shape, or form, you got stuff going on. It's happening. A new life is emerging. A new experience is emerging. It's always emerging because that's what life is. Life is continually moving from one experience to the next experience. And hopefully you're going to be wiser and more intuitive and closer to Spirit as you do. But that is the way of life. I see the resurrection experiences is somewhat like a flower. It starts out as a bud, as pure potential. But it doesn't resemble what it's going to be in any way. Not in any way. But with attention, with faith, with love, strength, and perseverance, your resurrection blossoms. It blossoms into that greater experience, greater expression of God's love, one that has been created for you, for who you are now and who you are going to be. It's created for this particular moment in your life. Everyone in this sanctuary has a memory of a decisive point in their lives when their lives were about to change. It began with either a personal decision or a particular circumstance. No matter how it happened, the process is the same. We begin moving through the trial and the tribulations of releasing how we used to be and stepping into a new, resurrected way of living, a more complete way of being that is more suited for its time. A complete way of being for what your life is and what you are being brought into. And it's here that we follow the example of Jesus the Christ. We follow it in faith and in love of the eternal goodness of God. Faith and hope that we receive today. That hope of Easter. The promise of the resurrection. That promise being that truly all things do work together for good, and your life is no exception to that truth. That is the promise of Easter. The promise that as Jesus Christ overcame his ultimate worldly limitation of death, stood up, stepped forward to do what it was that was his to do, we too can stand up, step forward into what it is that we have to do in a new light, a new life, a new fulfillment, working in new circumstances, or perhaps the same circumstances with new ideas, with expanded ideas. And this way, we roll away the impediments that we believe may be in the way. We are constantly moving forward. Nothing can stop that. You are examples of the resurrection of the Christ. My Easter wish for you is resurrection, is an awakening to a new and greater love, a new and greater experience of life, a new and greater you, fully alive with every good thing that Spirit has made you to be, and ready to do every good thing that Spirit has for you to do. So today, friends, take some time for yourself. Look at the resurrection experience that you are in right now. Be in that moment. Feel the assurance. Feel the love of the presence of Spirit that surrounds you, that fills you, that fills this experience that you're in. Know that Spirit is with you in it. And know for yourself the promise of new life. And God blesses you.